Hello everyone, it's Angela from her craft room. I thought I'd come to you today just to show you something else that I make with my bow builder punch besides just making my bows. It is a very handy punch to use. So one of the things that I do make quite a lot of are the rosettes. Now I make those with the bow builder punch, and I'm just going to go through today and show you how I make those. But I decorate them with, they go on top of my boxes. So they just go on top of my boxes like that. So to get started, what we need, so we punch out 7 of these. And then we also need to punch out 7 tails. And then you need your 7th and 7th, 8th of an inch scallop circle, which is the Stampin' Up! 7/8 of an inch scallop circle, and also the 3/4 inch circle. So I punch out 2 of the 3/4 inch circles and 1 of the 7/8 of an inch scallop circle. So to start with, what you need to do with this part, we're just going to use our bone folder and just break up those fibres. And you just need some glue dots to put these together to make the rosette. When I'm applying the rosette to my project, I always use the tear and tape because you need something that's going to be strong and that's not going to move. Now it's up to you with the tails whether you want to bend them up. In this instance, I'm going to curl them up the other way because I'm going to make a rosette. So we need 7 of those. Once you start having a play with it, you'll see which way you want to go. Now I'm going to take one of my circles, and I'm just going to apply, I'll just zoom in for you. There we go. Just going to apply some wet glue. Wet glue's better because with my cotton bud, just spread it out a bit because it just gives you a little time to move them if you need to. Because we're going to be applying the 7 tails onto here. So just going to apply. You can always push the tails down a bit later on. Now just remember when you're putting it together, you need to be able to fit 7 around that circle, that 3/4 of an inch circle that we cut out. That's what we're gluing on to. So we just want to gluing it all around. Only 2 more to go, so I'm going to have to move these a little bit. I've just glued them a little bit close together, but that's why it's good to use the wet glue. This just gives you that time to move your tails round if you need to. It does get very sticky. And I most probably should have curled my towels the other way for this, but it doesn't. It's really a personal choice. So you've got them round like that. Now we're going to glue the other circle on top, right in the middle there, which I might just use a bit of snail instead of the wet glue. So I'm just putting him right in the middle, like that, and just holding one finger underneath. I've decided I want my towels to go the other way, so it's never too late to change your mind. As I was thinking, making a different embellishment with it, and I had the rosette and the different embellishment in my mind, and I just went the wrong way. Now we'll just set that aside, then we'll bring in these parts. Now you need your glue dots, and all you have to do, I want to glue them like that. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little glue dot on each towel like that. And then just bring it together. Just puff it up with your finger. Just zoom out a little bit. Alright, so just puff it up a bit. So we want 7 of those. Doesn't take very long to make it. And if you're going to be doing a few, you know, you can cut them all out at once, just like an assembly line. I need 2 more. And then we've got to apply that to the rosette. So this part's the easy part. I find the hardest part is putting the tails down first, just getting them all round in that circle. So what we're going to do now is glue each one of those onto there. So I'm just going to put some wet glue on that circle. Grab my trusty cotton bud. It's amazing how many of these I go through. They're just all over that circle. You're just going to place that down, and I've got one of my old bone folders because you're going to get glue all over it. So I keep this one because it's quite stained, and just going to stick that, otherwise you're going to get glue all over your fingers. These will be quite close together, but if you try and just glue it on top of the tail, it'll be quite easy for you. It's where the wet glue is good because it does give us that little bit of time move them if we need to. There is another embellishment that I make with my bow builder punch too, but that will be in another tutorial. This is just to show you how to do the rosette. And the last one, I just want to squeeze him in there. So just pull them apart a little bit, puff them up, have a little bit of a play. Now we're going to stick a scallop piece, which I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape on because I want something that's really strong. Now if the glue, just push the glue back if it comes over there a little bit. It's not going to hurt. And I'm just going to put some the other way. So just peeling that piece off. Then I'm going to stick that right in the middle of your rosette embellishment. Now you could leave that like that if you wanted to, but what I'm going to do, I've got a bit of a pokey tool. I'm going to put a hole right through the center, and then I'm going to use one of the antique brads. I love these brads. I hope they never take them off, discontinue them, because I just love them. And then just turn it over, separate it at the back, and then we have, sorry I went out of camera there a little bit, then we have the finished rosette and the brad in the middle. Now when you're sticking that to your box or a parcel or a gift bag, whatever, just make sure you use the tear and tape on the back, because you really want something firm to really hold that on there. But that's just another embellishment that you can use on your projects. Now after me doing that, I also, what I do is you can push them down if you don't want to have a rosette. You can push them flat and they're going to fit on your card, and you're going to have a beautiful and I just put my bone folder on all those. So that's 2 embellishments I've showed you today really, because you can use it as the rosette and leave all this puffed up and nice on a box, or if you go around with your bone folder like that, and then you've got a nice flat embellishment that you can just stick on your cards. So that's just a little tip with the bow builder punch. I do have another embellishment that I make, but I'll come back at a later stage and do a tutorial on that one. So I hope you'll give it a try, and you'd be surprised just by using different designer series paper and different colours cardstock how really nice they do come out. And just if you wanted to know, this paper and this paper, they both come from the Pretty Petals designer series pack. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a nice day.